Get to the chicken.
That OG, man.
Nobody is getting no money, bro. I swear to God, bro.
Play the fuck up, man.
This is chicken talk, dog. This is chicken talk.
Burn one.
I'm trying to get to the chicken.
Chicken Talk, the podcast, with your host Renzel, alongside me, regular co-host.
It's the kid KB, man. Today we got a few knuckleheads in the building, man. We're gonna let them introduce themselves, cuz we're gonna start from here, I guess.
All right, man. My name is Brandon Stansel. I'm the CEO of Grandeur Styling, a brand presenting luxury through fashion and design, and mostly do personal styling and commercial styling as well.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm Jamal. I run a brand with Cliff over here, Cross-Court Jump Shot. We're all a part of Marlboro Market, and I do like the content creation at a store called War 9 in the Silver Spring area.
Alright, I'm Cliff, or Rashi. Some people be calling me that. I'm 1/4 from Marlboro Market. Our fourth member is not here.
Shouts out Mori, man.
Yeah, our man's Mori here in New York right now.
Shout out Mars,
Been
man.
here.
Yonder.
Yeah, they sound a little choked up about that,
It is
bro.
what it is.
Yeah,
But I do illustrations as well under Cliff Silver and graphic design, and I got my own brand, a jar project.
Alright, man. So, yeah, man, we got Marlboro Market in the building, man. So, as you see, they got a lot going on with themselves, man. So, tell us about y'all, man. Tell us how y'all came up. Tell us how y'all, you know,
How did y'all
got
all meet
Yeah.
in general?
Me and Cliff met first.
We met at elementary school
Yeah.
right down the street at Rosaryville
Oh, yeah.
Elementary.
Yeah, shout out Roosevelt, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Miss Williams. Yeah.
Dang,
Oh man,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Then we met our third member, Mori, in middle school. We met Brandon in middle
What's
school.
funny
too.
is though, I actually met Mori in elementary school.
Oh,
so
yeah.
me and Mori went to elementary school together. Jamal and
Oh,
Cliff went to elementary school together.
Oh, I see
So-
Mori. They
All y'all
speaking
go
for you,
way
man.
back, pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's been going
Then
for
we
a
met in
minute.
middle school.
Yeah.
Then we was like clicked up all together in high school for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they real
Yeah.
day one men.
Y'all like,
So how long did it take for y'all to really like put your ideas together and get to what it is y'all doing now?
I would say since like high school, everybody's always been working on projects together and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until, was it last year? No, that was this summer, for real, that we started. I mean, last
Marlboro
summer.
Market.
Yeah, Marlboro Market.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy, though.
And
Yeah.
go ahead and explain what Marlboro Market is to the people, because we ain't really
Yeah,
touch on that.
I
either.
said we ain't touch on that.
Oh.
shit.
All right. Well, Marlboro Market is basically, at the moment, we don't have a physical location, but we planning to open that soon. But at the moment, right now, we doing pop-ups, and we basically aiming to like be a house for like the local brands and like other small independent designers that's either in our area or like our friends and stuff that we know got like potential and that's putting out high quality work and stuff. But at the same time, we selling that and like vintage garments, as well as like maybe some harder to find Japanese like designers or other designers for real. Just stuff that's like, you know, trying to fill a gap in this area that we kind of missing.
Because y'all know the DMV, man. Everybody's connected, but in a way, nobody really fucks with each other. I mean,
Touch on
clothing,
that,
bro.
too.
Like clothing, everybody seems to know about each other, but nobody really want to help out each other. So you know,
Yeah.
that's a message right there.
I mean, so it sounds like y'all pretty much the chicken talk of clothes for real. Because, I mean, pretty much that's what, you know what I'm saying, we aiming to do. It sounds like y'all want to bridge an intersection between y'all selves and other creators to where y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all can gain that type of exposure with each other the same way y'all doing with y'all individual brands. So you got your own clothing line, a jar, right?
Yeah.
And you're working on clothes with, you said.
Yeah, I'm doing it
War
with
9.
Cliff. Beforehand, I had a brand called Kitchen Basics.
Yeah,
I did that for 2 years.
And I was just about to ask you that. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, so you helping with War 9 now, but at first you had Kitchen Basics. Can you tell us a little bit about Kitchen Basics and the transition into where you going to where you at now?
Yeah, because on our first interview ever, my man Mori shouted you out, so I definitely wanted
Yeah.
to touch on that. Yeah.
And your logo got KB in it, so you already know I fuck with you.
So yeah, and what do you call it? When I was going to PG, I was at the community college. My man's had a clothing brand, And he basically just like he kind of schooled me on how to get into it and how to get stuff produced. So I was like, all right, since I know how to do it, I might as well jump into it.
Yeah.
So that was 2016. When I first started, I did pretty well. Like I jumped straight into cut and sew. Like I didn't do like printed stuff.
Right.
And then I was moving like pretty well. I was selling like across the country. I was in a store in Baltimore, and like a couple other people were like offering me spaces. But it's just like consistency. I didn't have like the capital to like keep moving the way I wanted to.
Right.
So eventually the steam kind of died down, and I was getting to the point where I was just breaking even on drops and stuff. So I just decided it was like better to kind of pull the plug on it or wait to come back to it. And that's how we kind of went to cross-court jump shot, because he still does a jar. But with cross-court jump shot, we could be like more experimental, and we don't have to like produce in such large quantities to get the price down. We could just like do whatever we want. Like we just got that jacket up there printed today, just like, you know, we just going to go ahead and do stuff. We don't have to worry about rules or like the marketing. We just going to let the work speak for itself and just like have fun being artists.
And like
kind of thing.
a jar for me, that's like, I wanted to really focus on like luxury stuff.
Right.
Or like, I guess higher end pieces. So like I got like, you know, the leather jackets, the peacoats, you know, kind of, you know, your out there designs. But with like CCJS, it's like I'm rooted in like my art style started with like graffiti and like, you know, kind of like streetwear, hip hop stuff.
Right.
And I feel like CCJS, well, with a jar, I feel like that's not really their market, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's not the market I'm trying to reach with that. But like with CCJS, I feel free to do like anything. Like when it comes to like my art and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, we kind of been on the same wave like since elementary school, so it kind of just worked out that way.
I was gonna say, because I mean, because even the way y'all dress now, like the way y'all dress right now shows the exact difference. And,
I mean, it shows the versatility
it shows
amongst
the
y'all, so
versatility
really,
among-
yeah.
exactly.
We always used to say that, like especially with us four, like Mori's like the super streetwear, not super streetwear, but like streetwear mixed with the designer, like the high end street.
Yeah.
Brandon is like the menswear fashion, the suits.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I
That's
guess
doing
your
whatever.
your
Whatever,
basics,
yeah.
your Levi's with
You
the,
might
you know,
catch me
cool
in some
Jordans.
old Margiela, you know, some wild stuff.
You
And then
do
you
whatever.
might catch me in the normal, regular.
I like
you
to
know, it's
pride
all over.
myself on being the most versatile. You know what I'm saying? I might come with the YSL boots.
He
Or
had
like-
it though. He had it though.
like, you know,
Spurs, Spurs coming soon, my guys.
Gotta add
Don't
the
worry.
Spurs. Like the Rick Owens, but at the same time, you know, I'm coming with the Jordans and the
Yeah.
Bape and all that too. So
Right. So it's just
Yeah.
a whole different dynamic, and that's the thing. That's the thing that I fuck with about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was saying, like the jar and kitchen basics like that you were working on. You know what I'm saying? It shows the difference. I'm pretty sure if you was to show us some of your style and stuff right now, it shows your mark.
Definitely.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
And then I haven't seen more. You know what I'm saying? I wish he could have joined us, but at the same time, like I'm pretty sure, like you said, the streetwear. I feel like y'all captivating that. Is that a core of what y'all trying to produce with Marlboro Market? Do you feel like that's going to put y'all in the position to touch on every single one of those topics for real? Because it's a different market for every one that y'all have for real.
For sure.
It's really hard to captivate that in one thing. It's hard for every one of those people to see that one vision. You know what I'm saying? So is
I
that
mean,
what's going to help y'all to that? Because
for the most
y'all
part-
can take advantage with that shit.
Yeah, for the most part, I mean, we are looking to pretty much stick around with streetwear just because a lot of people within the DMV, you know, the DMV's prided off streetwear. I mean, to be honest, like, everybody's always, you know, the jeans, the hoodies, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, 993s, taking it back, like New
Right.
Balances and everything. But yeah, for the most part, we definitely feel as though sticking with streetwear is pretty much going to captivate that audience that we're looking for.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna say like with this store though, eventually we want to have a little bit of everything in there, like, and I think with all of us having different styles, that kind of it's like a bigger eye for a lot of different like I said, we looking for the independent designers and stuff. Like with everybody's input, you know, we really gonna be able to grab different kinds of people to
Yeah.
bring into the store. So
And that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Y'all might have a better way of driving that vision because y'all got somebody that assimilates with the people y'all trying to get to for real. You know what I'm saying? But
Now I know you said like the Hajjaj, like a little bit like higher end, you know, a little bit more specialized, but like cross court jump shot is a little bit closer to streetwear. Do you find it hard these days to really differentiate between what people consider to be streetwear and what other people these days are now considering to be like high end streetwear?
I guess with like when it comes to like actually wearing it and like I guess how it looks on body and stuff. Of course, people are mixing the high end with the streetwear. Like everybody's wearing like a Margiela with some Supreme, or like Rick Owens and Babe, or you know something like that. But at least for me, I feel like the design process is totally different. Like doing the high end or luxury stuff, it just feels different. Like designing it, the idea, the thinking process, and all of that is a little different. At least to me, that's what I think. But I know what you're saying. Like the line is kind of blurred now, especially with like Virgil going to LV, and he's like rooted in streetwear, and now he's at this high end like fashion house. So, like clearly the climate is a little different, and it's like everything's kind of merged together. But personally, I find it pretty easy to split it apart.
Yeah, I mean, just because of the fabrics, I think personally, fabrics can definitely split something apart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got something that's like French terry cotton, you know, versus like 100% like linen or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That could be an easy differentiation within the brands, depending on who it is. I mean, just depending on I mean, like he's saying, like honestly, son, it really just. I feel like it really just depends on how you wear it, what your outfit is. I mean,
yeah, but I mean at the same time, those fabrics do pay. They do mind. I mean, like those people do mind about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like those people who used to Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, and all that type of stuff, Supreme, they put shit on Hanes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not shitting on Hanes, but I'm saying like there's a total difference.
Exactly.
Within, you know what I'm saying? Like but. Yeah, I mean, I feel like what you say though, Rizal, like that shit is definitely it's blurred now, and it's hard to differentiate what's streetwear and what's high fashion, what's high end fashion.
And I think part of it is because you got people like you said, Virgil, that's kind of like within both of these worlds, but they're like collaborating with companies who have product that's like very accessible to people. So it's like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of hard, yeah.
I mean, but where do Marlboro Market come in, man?
We the middle ground.
Right. Honestly, we got a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of everything, man.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. I mean,
so what do y'all look forward to doing? You know what I'm saying in the upcoming.
Well, before we get to like the future, I mean, y'all already had something before.
Yeah.
So like, go ahead and expand on that a little bit more.
So what was that? That was over this.
It was
that was in
August,
right?
August 18th.
Well,
yeah.
first, what we started was we wanted to do the pop up, because let me say the goal in the future, right, is the store. I know we touched on that. So we wanted to have like a community marketplace where we could have like the food, the clothes, a place where people can come together. Like anytime you walk in there, you know, you can see like another creative and stuff. So we said, how do we do that on a smaller scale? And we decided to do the pop-up. And while we were planning out the pop-up, that's when we made the Instagram. We did that over the summer because we were trying to think of ways to market it. And we thought it'd be easier to market if we kind of had a following before we did the event.
Right.
So we came out with the Instagram, and it's like a blog with the same premise as the store, which is like we wanted to put people on to different clothing brands and things like that. So we were just posting daily. Right now we're at like 300 some followers, nothing too crazy, but it was definitely a good start. And then we had the actual pop-up August 18th last year, 2018. And that was just different people that we knew, like people based out of here. We had one of our people from New York. He came down. He did really well, actually. And a lot of people didn't know about him until he was there. And so like that's the whole purpose of the store, is to put these independent brands, introduce people to it that's going to like it, but you know they wouldn't have had a chance to get it if they didn't know about it. So it went pretty well. It was in DC. We was all there. You know, we took a space and we converted it to look as much like a store. We painted racks. We had a mannequin in there.
And that's gonna be my next question. Like, how elaborate was the planning process? Because yeah, just from photos, I could see that y'all had like merch for the
Yeah.
pop up
Like
and things like that
Marlboro
as well.
Market
Yeah.
merch and all that.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It honestly, it took a lot just because there's so many heads in the picture. There's so many different ideas, so it kind of took us a little while for us to kind of hone in on that one type of like interior design concept. I mean, but for the most part though, just we just really envisioned how we would want the store to look. I mean, you know, that's pretty
We
much
was
it.
really like super focused at that time. Like we planned everything like how many months ahead?
Man, at least 6. I want to say something like that.
Yeah, like we
Kind
planned
of like from
everything.
the beginning of the summer, for real. And we were so focused. Like once you add dates into the equation, like all right, this part gonna be done by this date, and after we finish that, we gonna be on to this by that date. Once we like got dates in order, like have the racks by this date, we need everybody's clothes by this date. Everything was just kind of falling in order.
You
So
had
it
to
wasn't
like
too
check out a
crazy.
couple of spots before y'all got to the one that y'all
Oh
used.
Yeah.
For sure.
There was one I fell in love with, but we didn't end up using it.
Yeah.
I can't remember why. Was it like too expensive or?
No, what it was, they didn't give us as much
yeah.
control over the space. It was like a
Yeah.
gallery space, and they said we couldn't take the art off the walls because the price was cool. The time, like the amount of time we would have it was like, all right, we could work with it, but they wouldn't give us that control, and we knew going into it, we wanted to make it look like a retail store. So people, like that was the difference. You know, usually when you go to a pop-up with multiple brands, everybody got their own vendor's table and stuff. We wanted people to walk in, and you know, a lot of times when you see those pop-ups, it's like one person that's like
Killing
really,
it.
yeah, it'd be like eat or something. It'd be like eat, and then everybody else, and everybody gonna gravitate to eat. So we want to make the store so when you come in and you shop, you look on the racks and stuff like that, and you know, let's say eat or whatever, that his shirt is next to somebody else. So you have to go through it, and you know, giving people that retail experience was kind of different.
Yeah, hopefully other things catch their eye before they get to the things they already
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, man, I say shit. Hey, man, I'm fucking with y'all though. That's smart. Like that's some good shit, man. I'm looking forward to the store, man.
Appreciate it.
But hold on, if capital wasn't a problem and y'all could have the retail store today, where would that be at in this area?
I don't know.
That's the big debate too.
You gotta
It's
say
like
DC,
DC is like the
Definitely
That's
some
where
course.
that's kind of like where it gotta be.
But I mean,
like,
I
where
spoke to
area-
you. I spoke to you about this on a whole nother, and you say you want to have it in Upper Marlboro.
Oh, I mean, it's
Like-
Marlboro Market.
You know,
That's what I say. Like that's what he said. Like he trying.
like we was talking about it before. It's like if we had it here, it couldn't be right now. Like we would have to have like a control of the market that they would like really
Yeah,
want to
give 'em a
come
reason to
here
come out
to
here.
come. But like in DC, we still hoping to bring people in. So like we would DC is like the spot either there like maybe Silver Spring or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, I
you
don't
know.
know. I feel like you gotta go to a major city, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, we
No,
think
Silver
about having a couple
Spring not
locations
bad.
though.
But
It's
that's the
elegant,
whole
so,
that's the whole dilemma is because like we all from PG, so we know the struggle of like, all right, we gotta get up and go to DC if we want to go shop, like some real shopping, like, and we know it's people like us where we at. You know, it may not be a huge market, but we want to kind of have something in between. So like maybe something in the metro area, you know, that might be like cool. Somewhere DC people could come out, somewhere like PG people could get over there, Moco, Virginia, all those people. Something like central, but obviously like DC is, I don't want to call it easy, but it's like it makes the most sense. You know, you're trying to get the bang for your buck because everybody's like willing to go out there. But, you know,
You tell somebody to come out to Upper Marlboro, they're gonna be like, where?
yeah,
Upper
like,
Marlboro's
like,
a whole
that's
ghost
dead,
town, bro.
that's
Honestly,
dead.
there's nothing around
Your
here.
face is just too funny what he said.
But nah, in this day and age of retail, it's like if you want to take your, I don't know, like your clientele beyond just those that you know, it's like you almost have to have like an online presence. Do you all like plan to like have a shop where you can house the brands that you all will have in the store potentially? Like have those type of ideas came across your mind? at
Yeah,
all?
for sure.
It's been in the talks. Like we want to do a website. Like we want to basically expand upon what our Instagram is. Like I want to say before we did like a grilled drop.
Yeah.
So like it was on grilled. We had a couple pieces that we put up, like the vintage stuff, like how we want to have in the store, and we put it up for a few days and people copped off of there. But like eventually we want to have like the full website so you can have like your e-shop. You can cop from all the different brands, but you can also see the blog and like the different brands and like information that we put up on the Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good idea for the meantime.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure,
yeah, definitely.
because-
Like
It-
that along with the pop-ups.
It has like some logistical issues
Yeah.
that we learned from like doing the pop up, trying to get everybody's clothes together. Because, I mean, one option, like in an ideal world, the way we like to do it is like we wouldn't house anything, and like we would just have the platform. So like when people shop on there, the order just goes to that brand and they take care of it. You know what I'm saying? But
So like
No, that's the
Can't
way to
really-
do it.
like a
Yeah.
link.
Yeah, basically.
But you know,
Basically.
everything is like when you like have control over something, you know how it goes. Like I don't know, it just has to do with like vetting people kind of, because if they slip up with orders, that falls on like Marlboro Market for doing it
What's
that route.
what's that website, Mo? Damn, I can't think of the name of it. It's a website that's already like that. Like, it's like you go on the jump, you type in the name, you can real. It's like you damn near shopping on
You
that
talking about
website.
Shop
shop
style?
style?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
shop style.
Farfetch is kind of like that too.
Farfetch,
Yeah,
Farfetch is like that
that.
too.
Yeah.
That's another one I was thinking about. Like things like that. Like go to, you know what I'm saying, link, take you smack to that website wherever they selling it at size and everything.
Mhm.
That's some smart ass shit, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like y'all definitely got that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in the perfect area for where it's a lot of people coming out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the pop-ups. You know what I'm saying? The pop-ups is a good way for y'all to reach out to these, or like link up with these people, reach out to these people, get people to come out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the perfect setup, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, like y'all.
And it's like, you know, stuff like this, like Chicken Talk, that's gonna help us, you know,
Yeah, for sure though.
we
reach
pray,
out to
man.
all the different people, man. You know.
Appreciate that. But
Speaking of the pop-ups, we got another one coming soon.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's coming next for Marlboro
Late
Market?
April, early May.
Yeah, we think about having it at the Ward 9 store in Silver Spring, Maryland, y'all. So, you know, if you already don't follow us on Instagram, Marlboro.market on
Yeah.
Instagram, we've been posting up all the links, everything coming up soon. So,
I mean, you heard it there, man. Marlboro Market, Marlboro.market, man. But I'm about to say, shit, I'm looking forward to some pop-ups, man. I'm about to say, cause we need some shit like that coming around here, man. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, other than the pop-up coming soon, do y'all got anything else planned, you know what I'm saying, that y'all got coming soon, whether it's for your individual,
Mhm.
your individual,
Mhm.
you got anything coming soon?
You know, you got the joint in March next month.
So, yeah, I got a live styling session happening in a pop-up March 30th. It's actually on my Instagram account as well. So my Instagram name is grangerstyling.llc. So
We get
GRANDEUR.
that for
yeah,
them,
we got all
man.
the
Get that.
Yeah.
But, so it's
Tell us
basically
a
on
little
my.
bit about it, though. Tell us
I
about
mean,
what's going on.
what I'm basically gonna be doing is styling women for the spring and summer, you know, fashion. That's
Okay.
basically it, man. Just starting from the ground up, building an outfit from the ground up, a couple models, and I'm just showing y'all my skills and capabilities. Skills and capabilities, man.
Are you primarily responsible for like the blog aspect of the Instagram? Or?
For Marlboro Market, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no, actually, it's all four of us. We all
Okay.
pretty much contribute to the blog aspect of it. I mean, we'll just go do research throughout the week, you know, save a couple posts, tweak it a little bit, and then just go ahead and post it up there, just so people can really experience more than what you normally would see at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's one of the things that I like most because it keeps y'all active, keeps that
For sure.
presence going on the
For sure.
social media. It definitely had me intrigued. I learned a few things just from the stuff that y'all was posting for sure.
okay.
Yeah, that was like the whole goal. And I think our next pop up should be even better for real. Cause that first one we kind of did just like off the strength of us, not like trying to like put anything down or anybody to help
You
us.
should have write it off like that, man. You know what Dave Chappelle said.
Yeah,
They
I
gonna
know.
say it ain't never as good as the first one. You know?
Yeah, nah, I feel like it has to be like, cause we had a pretty good turnout,
Yeah.
and
Honestly,
you know,
I mean,
I knew a good
market
amount of people
stuff.
that went. I didn't even
Yeah,
go
me too.
myself,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, we
So
definitely
this one-
hope that y'all there the next time, though. You know what I'm saying?
For
They'll
sure.
probably do a live
Nah, I
drink
say we
there.
gonna be
Like,
covering it.
honestly, that would be sweet though.
That actually would
we
be
ain't gonna
tight.
tell them too much, man.
Exactly.
We want them to wait.
Yeah.
And it's like how we bringing in all the independent people. They bringing their people in too.
Mhm.
So we helping them out. They helping us out.
Mhm.
So it's all like a give and take kind of thing.
I say it's a let the hand, man.
Word of mouth is always the best marketing, man. Honestly, I mean that just goes back to the basics right there. You can't get no better than that.
Yeah, I feel y'all on that, man. I'm gonna say, but I mean, how do y'all look at the DMV? Y'all seem like some pretty optimistic young individuals. You know what I'm saying? It seems like y'all driven on making this area a little better. But how do y'all feel on where the DMV is standing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, period.
Y'all could go first.
From down to, is Baltimore included?
Oh shit.
To, you hear me? Is Virginia really included? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think Maryland.
I'm gonna tell you now, icebreaker. I'm tired of niggas saying cap. I'm tired of niggas saying drip.
Yeah.
Like, that's just my personal feeling about the DMV at this very moment on this very day. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But how do y'all feel? You hear me, Ma?
Yeah, I think. So, I just draw lines at like, you know, where the culture is similar. I definitely don't think the Baltimore is DMV because there's so much different to like how we talk, style, and stuff like that.
I mean, from what they say, they started New Balance. You hear me? So
you know, actually, I just went to like a Shoe City New Balance.
You better not
event.
say we're wreck on this set.
No.
right?
Look,
Oh, all right.
I'm just saying. Like, I was at a Shoe City New Balance event in Baltimore, and they were talking about like New Balance themselves gives credit to both Baltimore and DC. Like, you know, they don't favor one. Actually, like the 990 V5 just came out, and I didn't know till I was there. But apparently, like our area is getting it before like the rest of the world.
Yeah, when they did
That's,
it the
like,
last
cool.
time, they had like a specialized period where I think it was like limited to maybe like 1,000 per store they had it at. But like the only areas they had it in was in New York, Baltimore, and like our area.
And I think we need more stuff like that. Like, since we were just the whole conversation about DMV right now is like more people to recognize what's going on here, whether it's like the small creatives, whether it's like the style that we give to brands like New Balance. Because like, I mean, New Balance, I don't really know how well they're doing, but they definitely know that a lot of the notoriety or the love behind it definitely comes from out here. And it's just like, you know, we want Nike to look at us. We want these big brands to look at us. And then we also want, like, just the country to look at us for, like, what we give. And then the drip and cap thing, I definitely understand that. I don't really know where the infatuation with, like, Atlanta and stuff comes from out here. I understand we have, like, ties. Like, sometimes rappers come up here.
All
Like,
right,
vice
let me.
versa.
I ain't gonna cut you off, but let me drop this on you.
Yeah.
Remember, we was in high school. Remember Chief Keef got popping, right?
Mm.
Everybody, what,
Who's from
300?
Chicago.
Everybody 300, right?
Yeah.
Everybody cooling with their youngins, right? Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, everybody real acting like they from, like they
Yeah.
from, like they from Chicago, guys. Like, you see what I'm saying? Then now, Paulo Wan come out the cut. You hear me? All these Atlanta rappers come out the cut. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody from, you hear me?
Yeah.
That's my thing. They don't use our lingo out there.
Yeah.
Chicago don't
Yeah.
use our
Nobody
lingo.
use our
either.
lingo.
Like Slim, like, and the reason I think it, like, the reason I really could stand on that Chicago shit first is because, you remember, I could say back in the day, like, niggas was wearing Gucci and all that type of shit, but it was a drought for a minute. Like, that was not, like, popping like that. But when Chief Keef got popping and he was wearing them big ass Gucci and Louis belts and Fendi belts and shit, everybody's wearing them shits, fool.
That's true. That's true.
Nah, for sure.
Cool.
I think the general theme
Cool.
though is that like people in our area really just don't. I don't want to say have like an idea of like staying true to themselves, but like I don't know, a new trend come, they hopping at that.
That's true.
They eat that shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I miss them, you know what I mean, them old days, cuz when niggas was staying true to like what was really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of hearing cap and drip and all. Like, I'm literally tired of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you really touched on a good point though. Like, one thing about all the people in the DMV is like we definitely want people to see and know what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody do put on for that, but do y'all feel like it's more individual than, you know what I'm saying, more individual for what you're doing rather than the DMV itself? Because, you know what I'm saying, people flocking to other places and they might get on and they might mention, oh, I'm from PG, I'm from DC, I'm from DMV, but do we really get that notoriety for real? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think so,
'cause
to be honest.
I really don't think so.
Like, real life. Like, people really don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking y'all because, like, I was just watching ESPN the other day and I seen KD had the little PG jump.
The
Like,
center,
yeah, like he realized had a whole segment for kids like talking about PG and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see shit like that every day. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I think me and
So-
you was talking about it. It's like once people in like a certain area, once they hit a certain level,
Yeah.
it's like they get to a point where they don't want to come back down or something. Like they don't want to like help people that's where they from. They just want to like, okay, I came out of this city. Let me go to New York. Let me work with these people that's already been on. You know, they try and just I guess like network upwards instead of like, you know, network with the people that's around them or where they came from at least.
I think people think that the DMV lacks the infrastructure to do certain creative things. So like people out here, because we know them personally, like whether it's, you know, people that, you know, we think about doing Marlboro Market or just we keep our ear to the street when it comes to like fashion people.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks, all right, man, if I really want to pop and if I want to put it in the next level, I got to go to New York because that's the fashion capital. If I want to be rapper, I got to go to LA so I can like walk down the street and like somebody see me and stuff like that. But I think what happens is like Cliff was saying, is when those people that do pop go away and you don't really shine a light of where you came from, the infrastructure will never be there because, one, they're not bringing it back and like building it. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, other people still think they have to leave. So it's kind of like they're just leaving it dry. There's nothing they could flourish out here because they're, you know, they taking the sauce and like kind of running with it.
Ain't nobody coming back planting the seed.
Yeah,
that's
it's dry. It's dry.
I mean, that's
out here.
important though.
Yeah, but I mean, so how far do y'all feel like we are from being New York, LA, Atlanta?
I mean, me personally, I feel like the light is already on the area. It's just that like people haven't seen somebody else take that stride first. But I mean, we definitely capable of doing it. It's just somebody got to do it.
But that's why I said how far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even
I
if
think
we here.
I think
You
it's
hear me? That's
soon.
what I'm saying.
Nah, he said we hit. We not here.
Nah,
We
I
not
think
here.
Almost there.
I feel like
We ain't far, bro.
I feel like if it was a helicopter going over the world, or going over the area, the helicopter spotlight is on the area, but
Skipping right over.
it might go on us. You see what I'm saying? It's finding a couple niggas. You see Q just made it. You see Rigo just made it. They spotting a few people. Some niggas getting out, but it's like, how big is that spotlight? You see what I'm saying? I feel like it's a constant spotlight on New York. I feel like it's a constant spotlight on LA. I feel like at this point in time right now, it's a fat ass spotlight on Atlanta. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, but I feel like this is because of how much individuality is out there, though. Like we was just talking about earlier, everybody's kind of following these trends and stuff. If more people, I feel like, would just become more of a individual, like, you know what I'm saying? Stop following so many trends, just kind of set shit up for yourself. Like, that'll pretty much do it. Because, I mean, if you look at Rico, like, she doing
her own shit.
Literally, like, there's nobody else here that's doing anything like her. So, I mean, shouts out to her, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, we got to get out of this. We just got to form our own bubble.
I'm just tired of feeling tired of this fucking area.
Yeah.
That's all, man. I love all y'all, man. I love the DMV, man. I'm just tired of feeling tired of this area because I want to get the fuck myself. I ain't even gonna hold y'all.
Man, I think we like literally this close to like
I feel like we are too, bro.
blowing up. Like Maryland's just been like, just Maryland, not even the DMV. Maryland's been on fire for real with Rico, Q, like I was telling you that one time about the Color Studio Jane on YouTube.
Yeah.
We had an artist, JPEG Mafia. He from Baltimore. April and Vista. It's like a little R&B group.
Moving,
They've been on that Jane, and that's out in Berlin. That's like out the country.
Exactly.
You know, so people in Maryland have really been getting a lot of recognition. At least, you know, that's what I've been seeing. But you know, I think we like this close, bro.
I think we lacking like the constant coverage because you know I just saw the Q thing on No Jumper and stuff, and it's like that's good. You know, when he gets interviewed, he do say like PG, and I don't want to put too much weight on them to like, because even I wouldn't want to constantly say every 2 seconds like, hey, I'm from PG, and it's like a bunch of good dudes out there too. Make sure y'all, they shouldn't have to do that. So it's like how y'all are here, we need more media too. Like people that's true. That's covering this stuff. Like you don't see no DC street style the same way like people, if you go on Grailed or whatever, they got a New York street style every week. Nobody's out here taking pictures covering us, even if people do look nice and stuff. walk around
Right.
Georgetown or like downtown
Right.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we need the platforms that can constantly keep us up there, as well as like those heavy hitters that are kind of like the anchors that, you know, make sure like the Wally's, Q, Rico and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
that aren't ashamed to say like we from out here, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the camaraderie too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you look at them Atlanta niggas, Lil Baby, the Migos,
It's the collaboration,
Gucci,
yeah.
Thug, Future, Scooter, all these motherfuckers, they be together. Like,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Like when they make it, they can be from total different places in Atlanta, but they be together. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of goes towards the city. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of agree with y'all though. I feel like we almost there, but I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
How much longer it's gonna take? I mean,
I don't want to think about how long it's gonna take. I just say everybody keep their head down, and you know, quality can't be ignored, but for so long.
yeah.
So if
that's
everybody,
true.
if it's just straight good stuff come out of here, because like y'all said, there's a little bit of light, and if we just keep up good work, you know,
That
it's
light
going
is
to do what
gonna
it do.
spread.
Yeah, there's no way people could just ignore good stuff coming out of here consistently. And that's all it got to be is consistent
feel
and
like
high quality.
At this time, like the people that's working on coming up now, like us, like we really gonna be like the
heavy hitters.
basically,
Yeah.
yeah, we gonna be like the founding fathers, if you will.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like it's people you know that's been on, but
Yeah.
you know, like
I feel
we
what
gonna
you're
be
saying.
like before the big blow up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But who y'all heavy hitters right now that y'all fucking with? Like who y'all pulling for, man?
From out here,
Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out my man's Herbo XO. This man is honestly doing his shit right now, bro.
So who Herbo?
Yeah,
It's our man from high school, bro. His name Herb. He making music like underground music right now, real like real raw shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Like,
out her. We gonna find.
All right, we gonna
Yeah.
start with music.
Oh,
I mean, we
It
get.
don't
No,
matter.
yeah, go ahead.
I only said him because he doing
talking-
music
we-
and clothes.
Yeah, we
so.
talking about the DMV, so I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just, you know,
Hey, man.
we trying to spread
Clip
some
I'm
light.
just trying to keep it, you know,
I know what
keep
Clip
it
wants to say.
uniform. Who,
I mean, hey, music,
I know what Clip wants to
music.
Yeah, we
Man,
all know
clothes.
Clip by
shout out my man's Lil Sean. Hey,
He
you
said,
know,
"Oh damn!" They said, "Oh,
we already
yeah."
know.
I rock
Lil Sean gonna see this and be like,
Lil
"Dang!"
Sean is
Right?
fire.
Oh,
Yeah, nah.
He went to school with us.
Yeah,
too.
we
That's
fuck,
a rapper
we fuck
though?
with him.
Yeah, we
we fuck
fuck
with him, bro. We fuck with him.
it.
He
Poncho.
just dropped the new tape, Poncho.
Poncho
That's
Jones.
another. He
That's like my
R&B.
favorite singer from
He
out here,
rapping
bro.
too.
he
Yeah,
said that's
he-
my favorite singer for
Bro, he be
Harris.
he kind of got
Okay,
those
Poncho.
Frank Ocean vibes, but it's like different.
Mhm.
Got
And
the
one of
streets
our
on fire.
partners, his name Corruption, or no, he's Makile. Makile now,
Makile now.
formerly known as Corruption. He's a part of the group.
I mean, he
called,
went to Wires, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
He a part of a group
Yeah,
called
the fire
Chess.
production.
Oh, yeah,
Chess.
shout out Chess, man. I know
Yeah,
a couple
they-
niggas.
they
that
hard.
everybody
They doing
in
their
there.
thing.
Honestly, that's the hottest music producer I know right now, man. Makile, to be honest.
You know, of course, you know, Lil Dude, Gunu,
Yeah, you fucking with everybody. You
Boy
a hometown.
Leon.
Yeah, shout out Boy Leon. Shout out my blood folks, man.
Man, my favorite artist, Zan.
I knew
Zan,
you-
man. Bro, Free Zan,
Free
that's the
Zan.
man. Hey, bro, his music is A1 fire. Who else, bro?
There's a lot of stuff out here, bro.
Internet James.
Oh yeah, James Hart.
He definitely cool. I seen him on BC Jams and all that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, he
they
doing
really
his thing.
giving the good looks now. I
It's
really
just
like it.
so many people that's hot, bro.
Hey, y'all real
It's out here.
hometown kids though, man.
Yeah, bro.
But what other brands did y'all like host at the pop up, or do y'all like fuck with in the area as well?
As far as fashion, at the
Yeah.
pop up, we had
Well,
Damar.
who do y'all look forward to bringing in, man?
Oh yeah. Who?
Who you say we had first?
Oh,
we had
alright.
Damari.
We had Damari with Untouched.
Yeah.
We had what he's
Aaron.
wearing right now, Merlin. That's his
Yeah.
brother's
Yeah.
brand.
Mhm.
He out here. Our man's Aaron,
Mhm.
Aaron Naraya.
He's more like high end,
Mhm.
more
He
like
make
handmade
everything
stuff.
by hand.
Yeah.
Like
Really
super
fire
high
stuff
quality.
too.
Mhm.
What else we
Uh,
have? Freaking
Random Objects Gallery.
yeah, they had like nice like indigo dyed stuff. Like everybody was like really on it. They was doing some real creative stuff. Random Objects
Mhm.
Gallery. We had
Medora.
Medora.
Medora
Shout
was
out
there
to
with
Josh,
the
man. Shout out to Josh, man.
Ineffable.
Mhm.
That was a
That's the
brand I
New York
work
brand.
with out in New York. That was like a really good look, cause you know we definitely wanted somebody from out of town And you know, when I asked him, he ain't really like hesitate. He pulled up, came down for the weekend, did a pop up. He actually did numbers, so that was really cool too. Oh, and then like we had our own merch there.
Yeah,
The merch
our
sold
stuff.
out,
Yeah.
like the bags and like a lot of shirts.
Shouts out
and
to
stuff.
everybody who bought the merch.
Definitely.
That's what's up.
Shout out to everybody that shop, because you know,
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know, a lot of people out here, and I'm not even trying to down us, but a lot of people like to go and look at stuff like it's a museum. You know, like it's look. That's why we made it a store too. When you walk in a store, you don't really want to like lounge around like that. People was actually in there shopping.
Yeah.
That was definitely the cool part.
But as far as who we looking to get in there, who y'all thinking, man?
I don't know. Like we be in Facebook groups. There's a lot of low key like high fashion, small independent people. Definitely like we're searching the internet. We definitely want to like reach further out too. But it's a lot of good stuff out here too.
Man, that's alright, man. Y'all might gotta throw chicken talk on one of the Marlboro Market shirts. Yeah.
Bro,
Man,
so that ain't nothing but a word.
Don't tell them too much, Mo. God.
I'm just saying.
Nah, I just got a general question for everybody. You mentioned eat earlier. I just want to get y'all thoughts on how y'all feel about the $1,000 varsity jacket that you released.
Yeah, you
earlier
just touched,
today.
man. I was gonna ask him.
We was just talking about that.
Yeah, I just want to get y'all
Man,
general
when we
thoughts on
live,
it.
man, what
I think it has both its pros and cons, but I want to hear what y'all got to say about it for real.
I think it was a marketing thing,
Yeah.
and he kind of like said it himself, like us, actually making clothes. I feel like we kind of know what the price point probably was to make it. Just being on like the behind the scenes and stuff. So I won't say it's like the most reasonable price, but your price don't have to be reasonable because nobody really cared. Kind of like what he was saying, when it's the high fashion, when it's the Gucci $1,000 jacket, you don't blink. They just get it. They don't even trip. They'll waste like a whole month of checks that they was getting,
Right.
and just blow it. So it's like, why not support him? I'm pretty sure the jacket has quality and stuff like that. And another thing is a lot of people don't think about the grand scheme. Is like, I don't know. I think it's like maybe 24 jackets.
Yeah.
It's like 7 billion people on Earth. So like, if you one of the 24 that has this jacket for $1,000, that's honestly not that bad because you're not going to see nobody else wearing a jacket. I think a lot of people don't look at it like that.
And not to mention that I seen like people in the comments. One person alone said he wanted like 3 joints. So it's 21 on the market now.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And I respect him just for taking that chance in general. Like,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of courage.
He got all my respect.
do
I'm
that,
gonna
yeah.
say because I kind of had. I'm trying to really recall what was my thoughts on it prior to like really sitting and thinking about it, smoking on it some more shit. Cause like you know what I'm saying, my man hit me with this shit in the group chat and I ain't even really think about it. I'm just like, how bro gonna charge $1,000 for that? Like you know what I'm saying. I didn't even see the jacket. You see what I'm saying? That kind of showed me how my mindset was a little stuck for real. And that's just me being real with myself. You see what I'm saying? I went and I looked at the jacket just off bucks. So that touches on the marketing thing that you're talking about. That hits the market right there. Like now you talking to your friends. You know the E nigga selling $1,000 jacket. Like you know the E nigga selling $1,000 jacket. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody talking about it. Nigga got 3,000 likes on that jacket. You see what I'm saying? So just the thought that it's like wow. Somebody down it, it's gonna make somebody want to buy it, and then at the same time, I was thinking about getting my own Letterman jacket just because one niggas don't make them Jones like that. So for real, and niggas don't make like brands don't make them like that. Polo make the best ones, and they charge $1,000. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You look at any Letterman, quality Letterman, they charge $1,000. I looked at one for myself to make one for myself. That big ass patch alone, I ain't even trying to put his production cost out there, but that big ass patch alone that go in the back can cost like $50. The jacket itself costs $200, and then he got a patch on the front.
Yeah.
It's embroidery and shit, like you know what I'm saying. So when you really diving into that type of shit, he do gotta make a profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can respect it. You know what I'm saying? But to smack niggas in the head with that, you know what I'm saying?
But I even seen people saying that they'd be willing to spend like $500 on it. And my whole thing is that like if he came out and set the price point at $500, you still have
Probably
niggas talking
say,
complaining
yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
500
you can't
though.
really win.
I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with that jacket enough to where I ain't gonna lie. That
Yeah.
that orange and yellow jump, I would, like, and I'm not even bucking them for kind. I'm being dead ass. Like that orange and yellow jump, I might consider if it was a little cheap.
And that's my price point, bro, for my personal brand. Like honestly, like my jackets, $450, $350, pants $250, $300.
But I respect the shit out of him though. like we like if you really go back, you know what I'm saying, you and hopefully viewers y'all been watching this, but like we always get guests that talk about the eat nigga. It sets the bar where he like his work ethic speaks for itself right there. But then now, you know what I'm saying, with him coming out with this, like this really just y'all like up my respect for bro, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying, like he just like took some nuts to do that, and I feel like he gonna do real good with that shit.
And he understands like this is not like what comes with the shit, because it's not really the first controversy. Even when he came out with the hand painted hats and everything, it was in his own personal. People had a problem with that. That shit ain't here no more though. It ain't on the site no more.
Yeah, you right though. Shit, I'm about to say, man, I ain't gonna hold you. That nigga got his own New Balance. That nigga can get charged whatever the fuck. He's a legend in DC, bro. And I'm saying it here. Fuck it, he a legend in DC for real, bro. Go ahead and put him on Ben's Chili Bowl. But nah, man. Anything else y'all want to leave on these peoples? Anything else y'all want to say, man? Anything else we can look forward to?
I don't know. Today, me and Cliff was at the print shop, and we were kind of discussing for this jacket that's up there. We might do like a little pop up, a little get together type joint, and then drop the jackets, a couple 1-on-1 type pieces and stuff like that.
What are you looking at?
Literally his face, Jake.
Lived out. Like, nah.
We all got some stuff planned.
Yeah, everybody. That's the other thing. Everybody's always worked on something.
Yeah, my man's Mori. He got the brand coming to the accessories line.
He got to be doing jewelry. Okay. He got the jewelry.
Yeah, you got the jewelry.
Everybody like working on
I got the
crazy stuff.
Hey, well, I got some. I got a personal piece I need made. All right, we gonna talk about it after this.
Yeah, for sure.
But nah, man, it's KB, man.
Renzel.
And yeah, it's chicken talking, man.
Marlboro Market.
Yeah. Gonna holler at y'all niggas. Yeah.
Yeah.